Food is one of the most important aspects of my training, and when I'm not fueling correctly, I can immediately feel it in my performance. I personally keep my diet very simple and just follow a few key principles. First of all, I aim to get 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight on a daily basis. I weigh about 70 kilograms, so I therefore aim to get about 160 grams of protein daily. And I do try to spread the protein as equally as possible on 4 different meals throughout the day. And secondly, I aim to get at least 2 grams of omega-3 fatty acids on a daily basis, which I always get from marine sources because they provide a good combination of EPAs and DHAs. Today I'm going to walk you through what I eat and how I train. So because I don't have any lectures today at campus, I have the time to let my breakfast digest before beginning training, which I do want to have 3 hours to do. So usually when I have lectures, I just do my training fasted and then eat breakfast afterwards. But some of the days when I do have time, I prefer to eat breakfast before and then let the food digest for the 3 hours before going into training. And in terms of my breakfast, you are probably very familiar with what I eat if you followed me during the Seoul Marathon 2023 build-up. Because as always, I really enjoy oatmeal in the morning because it provides me with so good energy, and I also love the taste. And then after microwaving it, I usually top it off with a sliced banana, but lately I've really been enjoying these dried bananas instead. And this is what the finished product looks like. And just as always, I will be having a glass of coffee. Now I'll just eat my oatmeal and then I will see you later. It has been 3 hours since breakfast and I'm now making my way down to the CrossFit gym to do a ski session. So the reason that I wait 3 hours with training after breakfast is because that is the perfect amount of time for my body to digest the food, to stabilize my blood glucose levels, and thereby provide me with perfect energy for the training. So let's head down there and get a good session in. I just left the gym after finishing up a great workout. So let me just walk you through what just happened. In the ski machine, I started by doing a 10-minute warm-up, and then afterwards I did 3 sets where I focused on technique and getting in a rhythm. And between each of the sets, I just did some very light skiing for 3 minutes, and then I ended off with a 5-minute cool down. Afterwards, I went into a strength workout, which I started by doing 1 superset of some abs, because lately I've found that it wasn't my abs that was the determining factor of how long I could hold the L set, but my upper body when I did it at the end of the workout. Then after 1 set of that, I did 4 sets of push-ups, 4 sets of pull-ups, and 4 sets of pike push-ups. And now I feel that my upper body really deserves a great lunch. So the plan is now just to head home, and then I'm gonna show you what we are going to make for lunch. Okay, so what I'm going to show you now is a pretty typical lunch for me when I'm not doing a particularly hard workout the day afterwards. Because when I have some really challenging marathon workouts or something like that the day afterwards, I emphasize a lot of carbohydrates in my diet. But when I don't have those extremely challenging workouts, I just stick to a lot of vegetables and protein. So what you're going to see now is just a nutrient bomb that I really enjoy eating at the moment.
So the base of this meal is going to be some cabbage, which I have really enjoyed lately. I usually take 1/6 of the head and then I just dump it in the pan under full heat. And together with the cabbage, I'm just going to take a handful of bean sprouts, chop them very roughly up, and let them join the party. And then to add some protein, I'm going to put in 1 can of tuna, which is a great source of protein. And then I will also add half a can of corn, just like that. And at last I will add 2 eggs, which I personally just like to poke a hole in, then just stir it around until they are incorporated. And this is what the finished product looks like.
So now I will just enjoy my meal and then I will see you when it's time to eat again. It has been a couple of hours and now it is time for my third meal of today, and I'm not really sure if I want to call this a meal or a snack because it is very quick and easy, but it is still a pretty substantial amount of food.
So I take one of these cans of boiled mackerel,
and it is like that this can is made for my diet because, as I mentioned earlier, I want to get about 40 grams of protein 4 times a day, and this can provides exactly 39 grams of protein. So that is just a perfect afternoon snack for me. And besides that, does the mackerel also provide me with over 4 grams of omega-3 fatty acids, which is plenty above my daily goal.
And they just come straight out of the can like this.
I just eat them just like they are, which makes it a very convenient snack. And then besides the fish, I will also be having a carrot, which is one of my favorite snacks. So now I will just eat this food and then I will see you at dinner. We are back in the kitchen again because now it is time to make some dinner, and you will soon realize that it looks very similar to the lunch.
So I'm just going to start by frying about 200 grams of pork. To that I will add another 1/6 of the cabbage head. So when the pork looks good, I will add some of this spice that I got from the supermarket. Then I will just dump in the cabbage. Similar to breakfast, I will also grab a handful of bean sprouts and roughly chop them. Then they will also be ready to get in. And at last I will put in a bunch of these mushrooms, which I will highly recommend because they are very delicious. So I usually just let all the water cook out and then add the mushrooms because I like them just to get softened in the pan. Then after a quick stir, I just kill off the heat and let it sit for a couple of minutes. And this is what the finished product looks like.
So I know that this is very similar to what I have for lunch, but it is quick, easy, cheap and healthy, and for those reasons I really don't mind eating very similar meals. For now I will just enjoy my dinner and then I will see you later. I just returned from a short evening walk and now I wanted to show you what my evening snack looks like.
So shortly after I arrived here in Korea, I discovered these pickled radish sticks that are supposed to be put in the gimbap rolls.
But I actually really enjoy them just as a snack by themselves. So this radish evening snack will be my last meal of the day, and for the rest of the evening I'm just going to chill, which means that I only have one thing left to do, and that is to wish you a great rest of the day. Take care.